Welcome, dear listener, to this quiet corner of the night, where your mind can drift like a slow-moving star across the darkened sky. I'm so glad you're here. As the world settles into stillness and the last echoes of the day fade into a gentle hush, you've arrived at a place meant entirely for rest, calm, and the soft wonder of exploration. Tonight, we journey to the farthest places the universe allows us to imagine, places where light itself grows tired, where distance becomes dreamlike, and where the cosmos stretches beyond what our eyes can ever hope to see. This is a voyage to the universe's edge, not as a hard boundary or a cosmic wall, but as a whisper, a horizon defined by the longest traveled light, brushing softly against the limits of perception. Before we drift too far into these soothing depths, if you feel comfortable, you're warmly invited to like this video, subscribe to the channel, or leave a gentle comment sharing where in the world you're listening from. You can do it now, or you can simply let the intention rest in the back of your mind as sleep slowly gathers around you. Whatever feels right is more than enough. Let's begin. Far out in the silent reaches of the cosmos, where the distances grow so immense that numbers begin to lose their meaning, lies a boundary not of matter, nor of gravity, nor even of space itself, but of light. Astronomers sometimes call it the cosmic light horizon, the farthest distance from which photons, tiny travelers of illumination, have had enough time to reach us since the universe first ignited with its newborn brilliance. It is not a wall or an edge in any physical sense, for the universe, as far as science can tell, does not end. Instead, it is a limit set by time, by the patient unfolding of billions upon billions of years. What we see when we look deep into the night sky is not the universe as it is, but the universe as it once was, painted by light that has crossed vast, almost unimaginable expanses of space. And as we imagine this horizon, a soft, expanding frontier glowing with ancient starlight, you might allow your eyes to grow just a little heavier, drifting open and closed like gentle waves rolling onto a quiet shore. This cosmic light horizon is a kind of memory, the farthest distance from which the universe has allowed us to gather its story. Beyond it, the light has not yet arrived. Space continues, perhaps endlessly, but its tail has not yet reached our instruments or our eyes. To picture it is to stand at the threshold between the known and the unfolding unknown, a border that hums with the soft promise of possibility. In this sense, the edge of the universe is less a place and more a pause, a moment where our vision meets the limit of time itself. Astronomer Sean Carroll once reflected that the universe is not bounded by what we can see, but only by what we have yet to understand. And this idea carries a deeply calming truth. It means that our limitations are gentle ones. They don't confine us, they invite us. They remind us that curiosity is infinite, that wonder knows no final destination, and that even silence in the cosmos is filled with meaning. When we picture the universe this way, we enter a space where the mind can soften, where thoughts feel lighter, and where the night stretches around us like a peaceful cocoon. Imagine for a moment a photon, a single particle of light beginning its journey more than 13 billion years ago. It emerges from a star or a cloud of glowing hydrogen, shimmering with youthful energy, and sets off across the universe's vast, expanding sea. It passes galaxies that are still forming their first quiet clusters, drifts by nebulae where future stars are just beginning to gather themselves, and slips past ancient intergalactic dust like a silent traveler moving through gentle fog. Through stretches of space where matter thins almost to nothing, it continues, patient and unhurried, a tiny witness to the universe's long, slow evolution. Eventually, after an odyssey that outlasts entire galaxies, it arrives here to our telescopes, our detectors, our waiting eyes. When we observe that photon, we are receiving a message from the universe's distant past, a soft echo of a moment that unfolded long before Earth existed. In a way, the light horizon is a cradle for these ancient messages, a place where time gathers its oldest whispers and releases them toward us like drifting leaves on a cosmic breeze. To understand this horizon, we must also understand the expansion of space. The universe is not static. It stretches and swells around us, carrying galaxies farther apart in a slow, unhurried rhythm that has continued for more than 13.8 billion years. Astronomers sometimes compare this expansion to the rising of bread dough or the stretching of a piece of fabric, but in the context of sleep, perhaps it is more soothing to imagine it as a long, deep breath. Space is inhaling gently, at a pace so slow that no individual lifetime could perceive the difference, yet across billions of years, that inhalation becomes the soft widening of everything that exists. And as space expands, light travels within it, stretched along with the very fabric it moves through. The farther a photon journeys, the more it is pulled, elongated, reddened not in a disturbing way, but in the calm, natural way that a ripple is stretched as it moves across a peaceful lake. This process, known as redshift, allows astronomers to measure distance not by where objects are now, but by how much their light has been softened by the universe's long expansion. In this sense, even the reddest, faintest glow we can detect from the farthest galaxies is a sign of a patient, cosmic lullaby humming across the ages. When we look toward the horizon of the observable universe, we are not looking outward into space as it is now. Instead, we are looking inward, into time. We peer into the earliest memories of the cosmos, a universe that was once smaller, warmer, denser, and far simpler than the one that holds us now. It is like gazing into the childhood of existence, where matter had only just begun to cool enough to form atoms, and where the familiar structures we know today, stars, galaxies, clusters, and filaments, had not yet woven their intricate patterns across the cosmic tapestry. This early universe was still glowing with the faint warmth left over from its fiery beginning. The cosmic microwave background, a soft veil of radiation that surrounds us from every direction, is the after-echo of that early light. It carries the entire infant memory of the cosmos, gentle, uniform, serene. Its temperature today is only about 2.7 degrees above absolute zero, a whisper of warmth stretched thin across billions of years. Yet, in its near-perfect smoothness lie tiny variations, delicate ripples that served as the seeds from which galaxies would eventually grow. These small imprints, so soft they seem almost like breaths in quiet air, represent the universe's first attempt at structure, the very first hints of the complexity that would eventually lead to stars, planets, oceans, forests, and even the thoughts drifting gently in your mind right now. Ancient cultures often imagined horizons as mystical boundaries, places where the known world gave way to the realm of dreams, gods, or infinite waters. Sailors envisioned the meeting of sea and sky as a threshold, not of danger, but of transformation. Poets describe distant stars as lanterns guiding the mind toward deeper reflection. And long before scientific instruments could trace the limits of the observable universe, people looked upward with a feeling that the sky itself was an invitation to wonder. In that sense, the edge of the universe as we understand it today is simply a modern echo of that same timeless awe. To contemplate this edge is to enter a space where scientific understanding and human imagination meet in quiet harmony. Astronomer Maria Mitchell once wrote that we are never alone under the stars, and that sentiment resonates deeply here. Even at the farthest reaches of the observable cosmos, where galaxies fade into faint smudges of reddish light, we are connected by the threads of shared physics, shared time, shared existence. Everything we see was born from the same primordial glow, shaped by the same laws, carried by the same expansion. The edge is not a boundary, it is a reminder of unity. As you imagine this distant frontier, picture the matter there growing thin and delicate, like mist dispersing at dawn. The galaxies near this horizon are stretched by distance. Their light arrives as soft shimmers, elongated by billions of years of travel. They look not like sharp points, but like memories, impressions of forms that once glowed brightly, now softened by time and distance into dreamlike smudges. It's soothing to visualize them drifting in a vast, peaceful sea of space, carried gently by the expansion that guides all things. And within that image, consider the way your own mind expands and softens as you rest, the way each thought stretches and lengthens before dissolving quietly into stillness. The universe and the mind share a rhythm, slow, calming, patient. The cosmos expands, the mind unwinds. The early universe cools, the body relaxes. And somewhere in that parallel, the edge of the universe becomes not just a distant frontier, but an inner doorway to calm, a reminder that stillness is woven into the very nature of existence. As we continue this journey, let the night hold you gently, the way ancient starlight holds the stories of time. The edge of the universe is not a destination. It is an invitation, a soft threshold where knowledge ends and wonder begins. And here, in this quiet moment, that wonder belongs entirely to you. As we continue drifting through this vast and quiet landscape of the cosmos, imagine that your awareness is being carried gently, as if it were floating on a deep and endless tide of starlight. In the previous section, we explored the idea of the universe's edge as a horizon of light, a place where time itself sets the boundary of what can reach us. Now, we move a little farther into this peaceful expanse, guided not by urgency or direction, but by the soft curiosity that emerges naturally in the stillness of night. The universe remains wide and unhurried around us, stretching in every direction with a kind of patient grandeur, inviting you to travel lightly through its stories. The observable universe is often compared to a sphere, not because space curves around us in any confining way, but because light arrives from every direction, creating a spherical boundary centered on whoever is observing. This sphere grows with time, expanding as more light reaches us from farther, older regions. Even this idea carries something soothing. The universe reveals itself slowly, in gentle layers, letting its deepest memories drift toward us in their own time. Nothing in the cosmos rushes. Even the fastest photons wait patiently for billions of years before offering themselves to our understanding. The pace of the universe is the pace of eternity, and in imagining that, you may feel a quiet easing in your chest, as though your own thoughts were adjusting to that boundless, unhurried rhythm. When scientists look toward these distant reaches, they are not simply mapping space, but mapping time. To gaze across 13 billion light-years is to witness the universe as it was when it was newly awake, still warm and soft from its earliest expansion. Galaxies that formed in those ancient dawns appear to us now as faint smudges of light, stretched thin by the expanding fabric of existence. And as we picture them, shimmering gently across unimaginable distances, we can let their silence guide us inward, reminding us that even the oldest light carries a sense of peace. Much like the way memories soften over the years, the light of distant galaxies becomes quiet and diffuse, offering a soothing contrast to the brightness of nearby stars. In the region between galaxies, the vast intergalactic medium matter becomes astonishingly sparse. Hydrogen atoms drift like solitary notes in an endless song, spaced so far apart that a cube of space the size of a room may contain only a handful. Yet even in such emptiness, the universe retains its structure. Subtle filaments of dark matter create invisible scaffolding, guiding galaxies into long, delicate webs and clusters. These cosmic filaments stretch across hundreds of millions of light-years, shaping the universe into patterns reminiscent of neural networks or delicate roots spreading through soil. The resemblance between these cosmic webs and the branching patterns found in nature offers a gentle reminder that the universe echoes its own designs across scales, from the architecture of galaxies to the pathways of thought within our minds. These filaments converge into galaxy clusters, enormous gatherings of stars and gas bound together by gravity. Some clusters contain thousands of galaxies, each swirling at its own pace, each harboring countless suns and planetary systems. Yet even these massive structures drift through space with the calm inevitability of clouds moving across a vast evening sky. Their motion is guided not by haste, but by the subtle pull of gravity and the expansive swell of space. To imagine them floating in the darkness is to imagine a cosmic ballet performed in slow motion, a dance so gentle and enduring that it becomes almost meditative to contemplate. Between these clusters lies even more space-great voids, some billions of light-years across, where only a few isolated galaxies reside. Despite their dramatic name, these voids are not ominous. They are open, tranquil expanses where the universe breathes deeply and fully into its own stillness. In these regions, the fabric of space stretches lightly, unburdened by the gravitational tethers of crowded clusters. To linger in thought within a cosmic void is to feel the quietest possible version of the universe, a kind of serene pause in the grand structure of everything. And in imagining this vast, peaceful emptiness, you might find your own inner space gently widening as well, leaving room for calm to settle and unfold. As we move our attention outward, the galaxies we observe become increasingly younger in appearance. Not because they are inherently young, but because we are seeing them as they existed when the universe was far younger. Their stars were fresh and bright, still forming from dense clouds of hydrogen. In those distant epochs, galaxies often collided and merged, growing into larger structures through gentle cosmic interactions that took hundreds of millions of years to unfold. These mergers were not violent in the human sense. Instead, they resembled long, slow swirls of light, as stars passed through one another without direct contact, guided by gravity into new shapes and patterns. The idea that even cosmic collisions can be graceful may offer a comforting perspective that change, even great change, can happen gently over time. And now, as the night deepens around you, allow your shoulders to soften, as though some distant, calming presence were loosening the tension of the day. The matter near the edge of the observable universe is not arranged into familiar galaxies, but appears instead as faint, irregular clouds of primordial gas, glowing with the earliest light of star formation. These early structures are like sketches of what galaxies would later become, delicate and incomplete, forming their first luminous clusters. Their light has traveled for more than 13 billion years, stretched by cosmic expansion into faint wavelengths that our instruments must whisper to detect. When scientists capture this ancient light, they are witnessing the universe taking its first steps toward complexity, like the earliest brushstrokes on a canvas that would eventually become a masterpiece. The cosmic microwave background, which we touched upon earlier, remains the most ancient light we can observe directly. But just behind it lies a time called the Cosmic Dark Ages, a period after the universe cooled enough for atoms to form but before the first stars lit up. During this time, space was filled with neutral hydrogen, gently cooling, drifting, waiting. It was a universe without stars, without galaxies, without the shimmering points of light we associate with the night sky. Instead, it was a place of quiet fullness, a vast, dark ocean where the seeds of future brilliance rested patiently. Imagining this era is like imagining a night before the first sunrise, a darkness not of fear, but of potential, holding within it all the light that would later form. As stars eventually ignited, they pierced the darkness with soft glimmers, slowly reionizing the hydrogen-filled universe and allowing light to travel freely once more. This period, known as reionization, was the universe's first dawn. The earliest stars were massive and bright, burning intensely and briefly before giving way to the formation of more familiar, long-lived stars like our Sun. Their brilliance marked the end of the cosmic dark ages and the beginning of a universe illuminated by countless points of light. The thought that everything we see today, every galaxy, every star, every planet grew from this first emergence of light can bring a sense of gentle awe, a feeling that the universe blossoms in stages, patiently revealing its beauty. Modern telescopes, such as the James Webb Space Telescope, peered deeply into this early epoch, capturing infrared light stretched by billions of years of expansion. The images they produce reveal galaxies that existed when the universe was only a small fraction of its current age. These galaxies appear as tiny arcs and smears of light, their shapes distorted by gravitational lensing, as the mass of intervening clusters bends the light traveling from behind them. Gravitational lensing is one of the universe's quiet marvels, a gentle curvature of space itself, allowing distant light to reach us in forms shaped by the matter it passes. It is as if the universe holds up a natural magnifying glass, offering glimpses into its own childhood. The idea that space can bend is one of the profound insights of general relativity. Einstein's description of gravity not as a force, but as a shaping of the fabric of the cosmos. Massive objects like stars and galaxies curve this fabric, creating pathways that light must follow. The more massive the object, the deeper the curve. This elegant vision transforms gravity into a kind of cosmic architecture, a serene, invisible geometry sculpting the motion of everything within it. And just as space shapes light, the presence of light shapes our understanding, illuminating the contours of reality with a steady, patient glow. Dark energy, the mysterious force driving the acceleration of the universe's expansion, adds another layer of calm inevitability to this cosmic story. It permeates space uniformly, influencing the growth of the universe not abruptly but gradually, like a subtle current that gently guides the flow of a river. Despite its vast influence, dark energy reveals itself only through its effects, remaining otherwise silent. Its existence reminds us that much of the universe's nature is quiet, hidden, content to remain in the background while shaping the future with delicate persistence. As we contemplate these forces, dark matter weaving structure, dark energy stretching space, and light carrying memory across billions of years, a picture emerges of a universe guided by harmony rather than chaos. Even the most distant frontier, the so-called edge of what we can see, is painted not with abrupt endings but with gentleness. a gradual dimming, a soft elongation of light, a horizon defined by time's slow unfolding. The farther we look, the more the universe seems to whisper, offering echoes rather than boundaries, invitations rather than conclusions. And perhaps, as you imagine this distant horizon, you feel a soft sense of perspective settling into your mind. The scale of the universe does not diminish us. It surrounds us like a sanctuary, a vast and ancient stillness within which our thoughts can drift and untangle. The worries of the day become small, like tiny sparkles along an infinite ocean, acknowledged and then released into the expanse. The edge of the universe becomes not a limit, but a soothing reminder of the grand story we are part of, a story written in the language of light, time, and endless becoming. In this gentle awareness, we drift onward, carried by the slow expansion of the cosmos and the quiet fascination that accompanies it. The night remains open before you, calm and endless, ready to guide you deeper into the tranquil mysteries of the universe. As we drift further into the gentle immensity of the cosmos, the concept of distance softens into something less numerical and more lyrical. Distances that once seemed vast begin to blend with time, forming a single continuous thread that stretches behind us like a faint path through a quiet forest. We have already followed ancient light across billions of years, examining galaxies when they were only beginning their luminous stories. Now, we shift our attention to the subtle processes that shaped the universe into the intricate, serene expanse. We observe today processes that unfolded so slowly and gracefully that they might be compared to the steady growth of a tree or the patient flow of a glacier. Nothing in the cosmos is rushed. Everything is allowed the time it needs to become what it must become. One of the most calming ideas in cosmology is the notion of cosmic evolution as a kind of gradual unfolding. After those earliest stars illuminated the universe, the first heavy elements began to appear: oxygen, carbon, nitrogen, iron forged deep within the hot hearts of massive stars and released gently into space when those stars completed their brilliant lives. Over countless generations of stellar birth and dissolution, these elements gathered into clouds that eventually gave rise to new stars and, later, planets. Every atom heavier than helium inside your body, including the ones forming the gentle rhythm of your breath, was created in these ancient stars. This connection between your inner world and the early universe offers a soothing sense of continuity. The calm energy within you today is part of a story that stretches back to the earliest cosmic dawns. Over billions of years, galaxies transformed from small, irregular clusters into the sweeping spiral and elliptical structures we are familiar with. Spiral galaxies, like the Milky Way, rotate slowly, their delicate arms unfurling like graceful tendrils in a cosmic breeze. The arms are not solid structures but patterns, density waves that travel through the disk of stars and gas, collecting material that temporarily glows brighter before drifting on. These arms are the universe's gentle fingerprints, reminders that order and beauty can emerge naturally from the laws of physics, without force, without haste. As your thoughts slow, you might imagine drifting along one of these spiral arms, carried effortlessly through a sea of distant starlight. Elliptical galaxies, by contrast, are softer and rounder, lacking the distinct patterns of spirals. They form through mergers and interactions that happen over immense stretches of time. Even these cosmic encounters, though, unfold gradually, with stars passing through one another without collision. The gravitational dance leads not to violence but to gradual reorganization, like two clouds drifting together and settling into a single, larger shape. When astronomers observe these galaxies, They see populations of older stars, glowing with a warm, gentle light that has softened over billions of years. Imagining them is like imagining a distant, ancient city illuminated only by lanterns. As galaxies evolve, they do so within enormous cosmic structures called superclusters, vast arrangements of galaxy clusters bound loosely by gravity but also affected by the expanding universe. Our own Milky Way resides in a supercluster known as Laniakea, a Hawaiian word that means immense heaven. The name alone brings a sense of peaceful wonder. This supercluster is not a rigid structure but a flowing region of space, where galaxies move along gravitational pathways toward a central region called the Great Attractor. The motion is slow, nearly imperceptible on human timescales, but it reveals a kind of cosmic choreography that spans hundreds of millions of light-years. To imagine galaxies drifting toward a shared center is to picture an immense, patient gathering, a celestial migration guided by unseen currents. These enormous structures form what cosmologists call the cosmic web, a vast network of filaments, clusters, and voids stretching across the universe, like the delicate threads of a luminous tapestry. The web's filaments contain most of the universe's galaxies, while the voids remain open, quiet regions where time seems to flow with even greater gentleness. The pattern of the web is not random. It emerged from tiny fluctuations in the cosmic microwave background, amplified over billions of years by gravity. The universe's largest structures grew from its faintest early ripples, just as the intricate pattern of a tree grows from a small seed. This natural scaling of complexity offers a soothing insight. The universe has always tended toward beauty, layer by layer, age by age. And yet, despite this grandeur, the cosmos remains profoundly quiet. Sound cannot travel through the vacuum of space, leaving even the most energetic events utterly silent. Supernovae, though brilliant, release their energy without a single audible tremor. Black holes, though powerful, warp space in stillness. Entire galaxies pass each other without a sound. This great silence is one of the universe's softest features, a calm, steady backdrop against which all cosmic evolution unfolds. Silence in the cosmos mirrors the silence of the night around you, creating a sense of gentle kinship between the universe and the quiet you settle into as you rest. The expansion of the universe, continuing steadily in the background, acts like a soft breath that never ends. For billions of years, space has stretched, smoothing and thinning distant regions, carrying galaxies farther apart. The rate of this expansion is not constant. It changes subtly over time. In earlier epochs, gravity from matter slowed the expansion, but in more recent ages, dark energy has taken over, accelerating the process. Despite the immense forces involved, this acceleration remains gentle, a slow, steady widening rather than a dramatic surge. It is like watching the horizon expand as you walk along a quiet shore, an expansion so gradual you feel it more than you see it. As we drift through these ideas, our attention turns toward another profound aspect of the cosmos, the interplay between light and time. The farther we look, the older the universe becomes in our vision. When we observe a galaxy millions of light years away, we see it as it was millions of years ago. When we observe 1 billion of light years away, we witness a scene from billions of years in the past. The observable universe is therefore a kind of time machine, showing us the stages of cosmic evolution layered one behind the next. Imagine these layers as concentric rings in a tree trunk, each representing a different chapter of cosmic growth. But instead of wood grain, the universe stores its memories in light. The deepest memory available to us, the cosmic microwave background, is not merely a relic, it is a canvas painted with the universe's earliest fluctuations. These fluctuations were incredibly small, differences in temperature and density no larger than a few hundred thousandths of a degree. Yet from these subtle ripples grew everything we see. The CMB is like a soft whisper from the universe's infancy, a gentle hum that still fills space today. If your ears could hear microwaves, the entire sky would glow with a faint, soothing noise that has been playing since the universe was only 380,000 years old. This quiet background is a reminder that the universe carries its earliest memories with it at all times, much like how we carry the soft echoes of our earliest experiences within us. Beyond the cosmic microwave background lies a region we cannot see directly, not because it is dangerous or hidden, but because the universe was opaque before that moment. The early plasma of electrons and protons scattered light so thoroughly that photons could not travel freely. Visualizing this pre-CMB universe is like imagining a dense fog illuminated from within, where light bounces endlessly until the mist gradually clears. When the universe finally cooled enough for atoms to form, the fog lifted, and light began its long journey outward. That journey continues today, and every time we observe the microwave background, we are looking into the moment the fog cleared and the universe became transparent. This transparency was a quiet turning point, allowing the universe to expand and evolve into the gentle structure we know. Over hundreds of millions of years, gravity subtly shaped the distribution of matter, drawing gas into denser regions where stars could ignite. These first stars, known as population 3 stars, were enormous and bright, but short-lived. They lived fast, burning through their fuel in just a few million years before fading or exploding, enriching the cosmos with the first heavy elements. Though we have never observed these first stars directly, their influence remains imprinted in the chemical fingerprints of later generations, like soft echoes layered within the cosmic story. As we contemplate these starry beginnings, it becomes clear that the universe's evolution is not driven by sudden leaps, but by gradual, interconnected steps. Each stage sets the foundation for the next. The cooling of the early universe leads to the formation of atoms, which leads to the birth of stars, which in turn seed the cosmos with the elements that allow planets and life to form. This gentle sequence mirrors the way thoughts settle and change as you relax, one quiet moment flowing into the next, creating a sense of continuous calm. We can now drift our attention toward another serene phenomenon: gravitational waves. These faint ripples in space-time were first predicted by Einstein and later detected by observatories on Earth. Though generated by dramatic cosmic events such as black hole mergers, by the time they reach us, these waves are unimaginably subtle distortions smaller than the width of a proton. They stretch and compress the fabric of space with a gentleness almost beyond comprehension. The universe communicates through these soft ripples, sending us delicate messages from distant regions. Imagining these waves washing through space can evoke a sense of cosmic calm, like soft vibrations traveling through a serene pond. Black holes themselves, despite their dense gravity, are not inherently frightening in the context of the universe's rhythm. They form from the remains of massive stars, compressing matter into an exquisite point where gravity becomes strong enough to prevent even light from escaping. Yet black holes do not roam or devour indiscriminately. They exist as part of the natural life cycle of stars. When two black holes merge, they do so in silence, releasing gravitational waves that ripple outward across billions of light years. Their presence in the universe is steady, predictable, and woven into the larger tapestry of cosmic equilibrium. Even more mysterious are the supermassive black holes that lie at the centers of galaxies. Our own Milky Way harbors one called Sagittarius A*, a calm giant with a mass 4 million times that of the Sunday. Far from being chaotic, this central black hole quietly anchors the galaxy, exerting a gravitational influence that helps maintain the overall structure. It is like the deep, steady heartbeat of the Milky Way, a presence we cannot see directly, but which shapes the rhythm of the stars around it. As we drift farther into contemplation, we come to one of the most soothing insights of modern cosmology. The universe has no center and no edge in the traditional sense. The edge we speak of, the observable horizon, is simply the limit of what light has reached us. Beyond that horizon, the universe continues, perhaps endlessly. This idea brings a kind of gentle reassurance, suggesting that existence is not confined, but open, expanding, and full of possibility. The universe does not end, it simply extends beyond our sight, much like the future moments that stretch quietly ahead of you as you rest. In this sense, contemplating the universe's edge becomes an exercise in accepting the unknown, not as something distant or imposing, but as a soft space where understanding deepens gradually. The unknown becomes a place of rest, a quiet frontier that invites reflection rather than fear. The more we study the cosmos, the more we realize that its mysteries are not walls but horizons, gently receding limits that shift as we learn. You might imagine floating near this horizon, carried by ancient light, looking out into regions where photons have not yet reached us. In these distant expanses, galaxies move away so quickly due to cosmic expansion that their light may never travel far enough to be seen. These unreachable regions are not lost to us in any harsh sense. Instead, they exist as peaceful reminders that the universe is larger than our comprehension, inviting us to let go of the need to understand everything fully. In the night's quiet, this realization can feel profoundly calming, as if the cosmos were whispering that it is perfectly acceptable not to grasp every detail, that rest can be found in the soft space between knowing and imagining. The universe's expansion means that more of these distant regions drift beyond our observable horizon over time. Yet, this is not a diminishing of the universe's beauty. It is simply a shifting of perspective. The observable universe grows as new light reaches us, even as other regions slip from view. This dynamic balance mirrors the ebb and flow of thought in the mind. Some memories drift away while new insights slowly emerge. Nothing is lost, only transformed. As we drift deeper into the quiet vastness of the cosmos, the idea of the universe's edge becomes even softer, even more dreamlike. In earlier parts of our journey, we explored how this edge is not a boundary etched into space, but a horizon sculpted by light's long, patient travels. Now, as we continue onward, we begin to sense how this horizon is also shaped by the universe's future, a future defined by slow, gentle transformations that unfold across unimaginable spans of time. The cosmos stretches around us like an endless sea, and every new discovery feels less like an answer and more like a deeper, more comforting mystery. As we imagine ourselves floating within this great expanse, it becomes clear that the universe behaves in ways that are both surprising and profoundly soothing. Though galaxies drift apart due to the expansion of space, their motions are subtle and steady. Space itself grows like ripples spreading through a still lake, widening quietly, inch by patient inch. Instead of thinking of the universe as racing outward, you might imagine it opening, like a flower that blooms not over minutes or hours, but over billions of years. Its petals unfurl in slow, cosmic elegance, revealing layer after layer of light and time. This is a universe that does not rush its story. It lets every chapter breathe. As we peer farther into this story, we begin to contemplate not only the farthest distances we can observe, but the processes that shape these vast regions. Light from the earliest galaxies continues to stretch as it travels, gradually shifting into longer wavelengths. The farther the source, the softer and redder the light becomes, until it passes beyond visible wavelengths altogether. The universe dims with distance, not because it fades, but because space itself elongates the light. This gentle stretching is one of cosmology's most serene truths. Even light is shaped gradually, calmly, by the nature of space. In those distant regions where galaxies appear as faint smudges, their light redshifted into quiet infrared hues, astronomers use delicate instruments to listen to the whispers of ancient stars. These stars, often more massive and more luminous than our Sun, formed in epochs when the universe was young and full of dense hydrogen clouds. Their brightness pierced the cosmic dark ages, transforming the universe into a glowing tapestry of newborn light. Gazing at these early stars is like glimpsing the universe, taking a deep, patient inhale before exhaling into the long, slow rhythm of galactic evolution. Closer to us, though still unimaginably far, galaxies assemble themselves into clusters and superclusters, guided by the subtle pull of dark matter. Dark matter does not emit or absorb light. It remains invisible, a quiet architect shaping the structure of space. It gathers in immense halos, gently guiding stars and gas along gravitational paths. This hidden component of the universe may seem mysterious, but its mystery is peaceful, not ominous. It is like the soft framework of a dream unseen, yet essential to the shape of everything within it. The cosmic web that emerges from dark matter's influence resembles a great, luminous net stretched across the universe. Galaxies form along its threads, clustering at the points where filaments meet. These junctions glow with concentrated starlight, forming enormous galaxy clusters that act as lighthouses in the cosmic night. Between these bright regions lie vast cosmic voids, immense expanses of quiet emptiness where galaxies are sparse. These voids are among the calmest places in the universe, regions where space expands almost unhindered, untouched by the gravity of significant mass. Imagining yourself drifting through one of these voids feels like floating through a vast, tranquil ocean with no urgency, no boundaries, only an open horizon inviting your thoughts to soften. As we consider these structures, we find ourselves naturally drawn to the interplay between matter, energy, and time. Dark energy, the quiet force accelerating the universe's expansion, works gradually, like a subtle tide that gently pulls galaxies apart. It does not push violently. It simply encourages space to grow. The universe, guided by this delicate influence, becomes more spacious with each passing billion years. Galaxies do not rush away from one another. They glide, carried on the smooth currents of cosmic expansion. The softness of this process makes it easy to imagine the universe as a living, breathing entity, inhaling and exhaling across eons. Stars, too, evolve with a kind of serene dignity. Smaller stars like our Sun burn steadily for billions of years, their light consistent and gentle. Larger stars burn more brightly, living faster and dying sooner, but even their endings contribute to cosmic calm. When a massive star releases its outer layers into space, it enriches its surroundings with elements that will one day form planets, oceans, atmospheres, and life. This slow recycling of matter gives the universe a sense of continuity. Nothing is truly lost, only transformed into something else, ready to begin a new journey. Imagine drifting near a region where stars are forming within a vast nebula. These clouds of gas and dust stretch across light years, illuminated softly by the stars emerging within them. Far from chaotic places, star-forming regions glow with quiet warmth, their colors diffused like watercolor brushed gently across a canvas. Here, gravity acts slowly, gathering atoms into dense knots that collapse gradually into shining spheres of plasma. The glow of these newborn stars spreads through the nebula like a dawn breaking within the heart of space itself. As we drift through these thoughts, you might allow your breath to slow just a little, deepening naturally, settling into a rhythm as steady as the ancient pulse of the cosmos. And if you feel comfortable, let that sensation continue, a small reminder that you are allowed to relax into this moment. The universe, after all, has spent nearly 14 billion years in a state of calm expansion. It has endured countless cycles of star formation and dissolution, all within the soft framework of its cosmic web. You, too, are part of this unfolding, your atoms drawn from the same ancient dust that once drifted through the first galaxies. This connection does not diminish your individuality. Instead, it reveals a deeper sense of belonging, a reminder that the calm you experience is not separate from the universe's tranquility, but woven from the same cosmic fabric. As we drift closer to the notional edge of what we can observe, the light becomes faint and stretched. Galaxies appear as tiny glimmers, their shapes uncertain, their details softened by distance. Their light has been traveling for so long that it carries the universe's earliest stories, encoded in wavelengths that require delicate telescopes to decipher. Observing these distant galaxies is like listening to a lullaby sung billions of years ago, its melody softened by time but still carrying the gentle emotion of its origin. Beyond them lies the epoch of reionization, when the first stars began to illuminate the dark universe. Their ultraviolet light broke apart the neutral hydrogen that filled space, allowing light to travel freely once more. This transformation was not a sudden event, but a gradual brightening the universe's slow awakening. Imagining it can feel like watching the gradual lightening of the sky before dawn, a deep blue softening into pale silver as the first hints of sunlight emerge. The cosmic microwave background sits deeper still, wrapping the universe in its soft, nearly uniform glow. Its whispers tell us about the universe's earliest structures, the small ripples that would one day grow into galaxies and clusters. These ripples were incredibly subtle. Tiny differences in temperature spread across the sky like faint impressions in sand. And yet, from these gentle imprints arose all the complexity of the cosmos. It is soothing to remember that the universe's grandest structures began from the smallest of variations, that vast beauty can grow from delicate beginnings, just as peace can grow from a single quiet moment. Beyond the cosmic microwave background lies the era of the primordial plasma, a time when the universe was so hot and dense that atoms could not fully form, light scattered endlessly in every direction, unable to travel more than short distances before being absorbed or deflected. This early universe was smooth, glowing, and filled with a gentle, uniform brightness. As the cosmos expanded and cooled, this brightness dimmed and softened, eventually becoming the faint microwave glow we see today. Even this early plasma holds within it a deep sense of calm. It was a universe without stars, without galaxies, without gravitational complexity, a smooth expanse of warm hydrogen and helium drifting in perfect balance. Imagining this era is like imagining a warm mist filling an open valley, peaceful and still, holding within it the potential for all the beauty that would later emerge. As we contemplate these earliest moments, we naturally drift toward the question of what lies beyond the observable universe. While we cannot see past the cosmic horizon, the universe almost certainly continues beyond it, perhaps endlessly, perhaps with variations, perhaps in ways we cannot yet fully describe. The unknown nature of this expanse does not generate fear but curiosity, a soft, reflective curiosity that mirrors the quiet wonder of looking into a night sky scattered with stars. There may be regions of space beyond our horizon where galaxies form differently, where structures unfold in unfamiliar patterns, or where the distribution of matter varies in subtle ways. Yet these differences, if they exist, would be shaped by the same physics, the same gentle laws that guide our own cosmic environment. The universe does not break its own harmony. It merely extends it farther than our senses can reach. Some cosmological models suggest that space could be infinite, stretching in all directions without end. Others propose that the universe might curve back on itself, forming a shape that is vast yet finite, like the surface of a sphere expanded into higher dimensions. But whichever description proves true, the scale is so large and the evolution so slow that the universe retains its sense of peaceful openness. There is no edge where things stop suddenly, no boundary that marks a transition into the unknown. Everything transitions gradually, just as thoughts soften before sleep. As we continue drifting through these ideas, the concept of cosmic time becomes a gentle focal point. The universe has lived through epochs defined not by abrupt changes, but by slow shifts in temperature, density, and structure. In the far future, this slow evolution will continue. Stars will exhaust their fuel, galaxies will drift apart, and the light horizon will grow as new photons complete their long journeys toward us. The universe will fade into cooler, calmer states, spreading its energy thin across expanding space. Yet even this distant future carries a sense of tranquility and natural continuation of the cosmos's long, serene evolution. Imagining the far future of the universe can bring an unexpected peace. Stars like the Sun will someday transform into white dwarfs, small, dense spheres that cool slowly over billions of years. Larger stars will end their lives as neutron stars or black holes, but their presence will be quiet, their gravitational influence steady. Galaxies will drift farther apart, their light stretching into longer wavelengths until it becomes too faint to see. Over immense timescales, the universe will become a softer, darker place, filled with remnants that glow faintly into the stillness. Yet even in this distant vision, there is no sharp ending, only gradual change. The universe does not collapse into silence, it drifts into it. Like a long story that concludes in a whisper, it leaves space for reflection, for imagination, for the gentle sense of belonging that comes from being part of something vast and enduring. As we approach the end of this section of our journey, you might imagine yourself floating near the cosmic horizon, surrounded by the quiet glow of the oldest light. The universe stretches endlessly around you, rich with patterns, memories, and possibilities. The gentle expansion of space carries you softly, like a slow current guiding a boat across calm water. And in this moment, the universe feels less like a physical structure and more like a companion, an ancient presence that offers perspective, comfort, and stillness. Here, at this imagined frontier, the concept of the universe's edge becomes a poetic idea rather than a scientific limit. It is the meeting place between light and time, between the known and the unknown, between perception and imagination. It is a place where the cosmos whispers that there is always more to discover, but that you do not need to uncover it all at once. You are allowed to rest within the mystery, and as this awareness settles gently within you, you may feel a sense of inner quiet beginning to bloom, a quiet that mirrors the calm of the universe itself, born from billions of years of slow, steady expansion. As we drift into the final chapter of this quiet journey through the cosmos, imagine yourself still floating near that serene horizon where time becomes memory and light becomes story. The universe around you is vast yet gentle, stretching outward in all directions like a great, peaceful ocean suspended in silence. You have traveled with ancient photons, wandered through clusters and voids, and listened to the soft echoes of the universe's earliest light. Now, the path ahead begins to curve back inward, not toward an ending, but toward a deeper understanding, a recognition that the calmness of the cosmos mirrors the calmness waiting inside you, ready to unfold as the night deepens. The concept of the universe's edge has always been both profound and soothing. It represents a limit not imposed by the cosmos, but by the reach of time itself. What we see is simply what light has had time to reveal. But beyond that threshold, the universe continues quietly, endlessly, like a story that has not yet reached our eyes but continues to unfold with the same patient rhythm that guides everything. Thinking of this horizon is like imagining a distant shoreline hidden by morning mist, not unreachable in an alarming sense, but gently waiting beyond visibility, part of a peaceful landscape that needs no urgency to appreciate. As we imagine this horizon, it becomes easy to picture the universe's great structures stretching outward beyond our perception. Galaxies drift farther apart, carried by the soft expansion of space. The cosmic web extends in all directions, its filaments glowing faintly with the combined light of billions of stars. Between these luminous threads lie the great cosmic voids, regions of quiet that seem almost like cosmic pauses, places where the universe rests between its grand patterns. If you were somehow drifting through those voids, the feeling might resemble floating through a vast sea at night, with only distant glimmers marking the edges of your awareness. There is a peace in that imagery, a gentle reassurance that even in emptiness, the universe maintains its harmony. As the night continues around you, we can gently turn our attention to the deeper layers of cosmic time, the slow evolution that guides the universe's future. For nearly 14 billion years, the universe has been expanding, cooling, forming stars, and weaving galaxies into shimmering clusters. Yet this long history is only the beginning. The cosmos will continue its quiet transformation for trillions of years to come. Stars will be born, will shine, and will fade, releasing the elements that form the building blocks of life and worlds. The timelines involved are so vast that they become almost meditative to contemplate. Eras that last millions of years, epochs that span billions, changes so gradual that they unfold in complete serenity. Imagine, for instance, the future of our own Milky Way. Over billions of years, its stars will orbit the galactic center in long, sweeping paths, like lanterns carried through an endless night. Eventually, in the far future, the Milky Way and the nearby Andromeda galaxy will merge, drawn together by their mutual gravity in a dance that unfolds over hundreds of millions of years. While this sounds dramatic, the process is incredibly gentle on cosmic timescales. Most stars will pass by each other peacefully, simply shifting into new orbits. The two galaxies will blend into a larger, quieter shape, an elegant cosmic ripple settling into stillness. Even the stars themselves follow calm life cycles. When a star like the Sun reaches the end of its main sequence life, it expands into a red giant, shedding its outer layers in a soft, graceful cloud of gas. Over time, this cloud dazzles with color as it interacts with ultraviolet light from the star's remaining core. Eventually, the core becomes a white dwarf, a small, dense ember that continues to shine faintly for billions of years before cooling into quiet darkness. It is not a sudden extinguishing, but a slow, meditative dimming, like the final glow of a candle in a peaceful room. In the stillness of these long future eras, galaxies will continue drifting apart, their light stretching into softer and softer wavelengths. Over immense timescales, the cosmos will grow cooler and more diffuse. And yet, even in that distant future, space will not feel empty. It will feel restful, open, and full of potential. The universe's evolution is not a march toward an abrupt ending, but a long unwinding, a gentle dispersal like petals carried on a breeze long after the flower has bloomed. As we imagine these far-off futures, it becomes natural to think about our own place within the cosmic timeline. Everything that exists today, every star, every planet, every thought arising gently in your mind is part of a larger story woven from ancient starlight. The atoms in your body were forged in stars that lived and died billions of years before the Earth formed. You are made of cosmic history, shaped from materials that traveled through space long before life emerged. And this connection continues, extending far into the universe's future. You are part of something timeless, something that moves at a pace so gentle it becomes soothing just to imagine. As the cosmic horizon expands with time, more and more light reaches us from distant regions. The observable universe grows, not because the cosmos is shrinking or changing abruptly, but because the slow passage of time allows new light to arrive. In this way, the universe reveals itself gradually, offering new glimpses of its past as the centuries unfold. The expansion of the horizon becomes a metaphor for the expansion of understanding, a reminder that learning, like cosmic light, arrives gently, at its own pace. This idea echoes the words of the philosopher Lao Tzu, who once suggested that nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. In the cosmos, this truth becomes literal. Stars are born without haste. Galaxies evolve through slow gravitational flows. Light travels steadily, never rushing its message. The universe's patience is immeasurable, and the same patience can guide you now. As the night wraps itself around you, like a soft blanket, the cosmos teaches that rest is not a luxury. It is part of the natural rhythm of existence. Imagine now that you are drifting with a photon released in the universe's earliest ages, a tiny particle of light carrying its story across billions of years. You glide effortlessly through intergalactic space, passing clusters that gleam like islands in an endless dark sea. Vast distances pass beneath you without resistance. There is nothing to push against, nothing to slow you down. Time loses its urgency. Only the quiet journey matters. The path is long, but each moment within it is serene. Eventually, after crossing the cosmic web, after passing nebulae and the outskirts of distant galaxies, you approach a place where your story will be received. A moment when a telescope's mirror or an observer's eyes will catch you, completing your journey across eternity. This image of a single photon traveling across billions of years holds a gentle lesson. Even the smallest element of the cosmos carries within it a sense of purpose and calm, moving with complete trust in the shape of space and time. And just as that photon continues its journey without needing to see the full destination, you too can drift naturally toward rest without needing to grasp each step. The night holds you just as space holds light, allowing you to move towards stillness in a way that feels soft, effortless, and natural. Now, imagine that the edge of the observable universe surrounds you like a vast, luminous shell, not a boundary that confines you, but a shimmering horizon marking the farthest light that has reached you. Everything beyond remains part of the universe, quiet and unhurried, waiting in peaceful obscurity until its light arrives someday, billions or trillions of years from now. This horizon becomes a symbol of rest, a reminder that you do not need to see everything to feel the fullness of existence. Some things can remain beyond view, and still you are held gently within the cosmic whole. The universe, in all its vastness, asks very little of you. It does not demand urgency or perfection. It simply offers its quiet presence, its steady unfolding, its deep and ancient calm. And as you settle deeper into the night, you can let that calmness guide you. You can let the universe's slow rhythm become your rhythm. Gradually, the boundary between the cosmos you've been exploring and the inner space of your mind begins to soften. The galaxies drift farther away, their light becoming faint, then softer still, like lanterns fading into the mist. The cosmic web dissolves into a haze of memory, its vast threads still shimmering but more distant now, as though you are gently turning inward, allowing the details of the universe to settle like stardust onto the quiet floor of your thoughts. The cosmic microwave background, that ancient glow surrounding the universe, becomes a comforting warmth, a soft backdrop that hums with the memory of beginnings. And then, even that begins to dim, not vanishing but drifting to the edges of awareness. The early universe, with its warm plasma and firstborn stars, slowly folds itself into the serene darkness of your settling mind. You carry its calm, its patience, its slow unfolding with you, like a gentle imprint held close as you drift into the final stretch of your journey tonight. As the universe fades into a calm, distant backdrop, you return softly to the present moment, not abruptly, but like a leaf drifting toward a quiet shore. You bring with you the peace of starlight that has traveled billions of years, the tranquility of galaxies moving in silent harmony, and the comfort that comes from understanding your place in an ancient, ever-evolving cosmos. The night around you feels warmer, fuller, gentler, and you, like the universe itself, are allowed to rest. Thank you for drifting with me through the vast, serene reaches of the cosmos. It has been an honor to share this quiet journey with you, to explore the universe's soft horizons, its patient rhythms, and its endless stillness. May this calm accompany you into the deepest, most peaceful rest. Good night, dear traveler of the stars. May the quiet expanse of the universe cradle your dreams,